Hello, welcome back to the Crafty Organizer. I'm Noreen Burke, and today is such an exciting video for me. If you're new to my channel, I love covering things about decluttering, organizing, doing upcycles and DIYs for storage and dupes, as well as anything crafty. But today is going to be a review of 4 years on YouTube, 250 videos, almost 100,000 subscribers, and I want to do some question and answers as well as channel updates. So again, if you're new, this video isn't going to make a lot of sense to you. This is more for the people who have been here supporting me since the beginning as a thank you, a look back, and just a quick peek at some of the things that are coming up. Let's get started. I'm going to do my best to not make this a 3-hour video. I'm joking. I would never do a 3-hour video, but I will try and keep this quick without talking so fast. But I am super excited. So let's take a look at that first video that I did. It was pretty hysterical.
Hi there, I'm Noreen with Call Clutter Fairy, and I'm introducing a new web series to help you get control of your clutter. I'm a little nervous because I'm new, but go with me. I'm going to see how I can help you.
Can we just talk about those eyelashes? When I first started, I was watching a bunch of tutorials about how to set up YouTube, and I seemed to be watching a lot of beauty bloggers, and all of them kept talking about make sure you have a lot of makeup on so that you show up on screens. So I went out and bought the very first set of eyelashes that I have ever owned in my life. They were magnetic, and when I put them on, I felt like they were two little weights, and every time I blinked, it was like this giant caterpillar. Needless to say, I think I only did this for about 3 or 4 videos, and then I decided this isn't me, this isn't who I even want to portray, but those looking back are hysterical. So YouTube counts things by the calendar date, so I think tomorrow this will officially say the 4 years. But since that time, I have uploaded almost 250 videos. I think I'm too shy from that exact number. So I want to talk a little bit about the YouTube homepages for the content creators that you like. I had mentioned redoing my trailer because it was super old, and only 25% of you knew what a home trailer was. So I wanted to show you some of the really cool things that you might be missing from some of your favorite creators. This is where I get to go in and communicate with you about the status of video uploads. I get to ask you questions, get your input on things. So be sure you're checking this tab for all of your favorite content creators. This is also where you're going to be seeing all of the playlists that they create, as well as every video that they have posted in chronological order. If your content creator is having any type of merchandise, that's where you'll find this. Another thing to look at is this is where all of the videos are going to be listed in chronological order. So if you've ever wanted to see what they posted a year ago, 2 years ago, or that very first video, this page is where you can go and look to see all of the uploads in order. Another great thing is you can check if you are subscribed, but also how the notifications are working. So this is where you can change those settings if you're ever in doubt and you're not getting notifications from your favorite YouTuber. Also, you'll get to see what other forms of social media they have and if they have a website linked. If you go to my website, this is where you're going to be able to see some other information, not only about me and the things that I'm offering, but this is where you're also going to find all of the uploads that I offer. So if you've never gone to your favorite YouTuber's homepage before, this is a great place to get to interact with them. Find out what their playlists are. Sometimes it's really fun just to peek through and see what the videos have been over the years, as well as looking back at those early ones. It's also a great place to support them if they are selling any type of merchandise, and again, seeing the other ways you can connect with them through their social media and their websites. So a few weeks ago, I had announced that I was going to be doing this YouTube anniversary video and discussing some of the things that was going to be happening on my channel. And I asked if you guys wanted to do a Q&A, and some of the questions I got were just priceless. So we're going to answer a few of those right now. Stephanie Armstrong asked, how did you get into organizing personally and professionally, and what is involved in becoming a professional organizer? When I first started doing organizing, believe it or not, it was a coping mechanism for me. I was having a really rough time both with my health and in my marriage, and any time in my life that I've struggled, I've started cleaning or organizing. It's just how I process things. And I started doing it for friends and family just because I was running out of places in my home. My marriage did end, and I didn't know how I was going to support my kids. I had some friends saying, Nor, why don't you start organizing? It's what you're really good at. And I thought, who in their right mind would pay me for this? So, fast forward, I finally got my health issues under control. I'd been working a couple of different jobs that I hated. They kept me away from my kids way more than I liked. And I finally thought, why don't I try this? By this point, I had been practicing with friends and family to see if I could go in and estimate the amount of time it would take. I talked to them about pricing. I started taking before and after pictures. All of them were so lovely to volunteer for me to do this. And then I thought, okay, you better see if this is real. So I paid for this online course that sadly doesn't even exist anymore. I think it was called Organizing University. And it did give me a lot of information about steps to set up my business. But ironically, as I was going through the courses, I was stunned to find out that I actually did know everything that they were teaching me, and I had more information to give back. So I quit my job, I set up a website, I put out some ads, and I just dove in. And you guys, it was the best decision I ever made. I love this one. Danielle Kelly Hillier said, I want to see a picture of you when you were 4. This is hysterical. I don't have a lot of photos of me from when I was little, but I was able to find this one. Aww. Do I look very different? That was almost 51 years ago. I can't believe my 55th birthday is coming up. So that was a fun one, Danielle. Thank you for asking for that. Our next question comes from Bonnie Johnson. When the stuff hits the fan, which happens to all of us on occasion, how do you initially react? Are you a cusser, a screamer, calm, cool, and collected, a crier? Do you throw or break things? Fight or flight syndrome kicks in? Bonnie, this question made me laugh. I tend to be pretty cool, calm, and collected under most scenarios, but let me tell you, when I'm filming, if something doesn't go right, I do have a potty mouth. I do my best to keep it clean. I did a wonderful job while my kids were growing up. I never slipped in front of them, but it's funny, I was talking to my cousin just the other day about the fact that I think a lot of people would be shocked if they heard some of the things that pop out of my mouth, but you'll never hear it on my YouTube channel, because I just think that that's not the professional way to present yourself. But when I'm at home alone, I'm glad you can't hear me. Pam Jerkowski asked, how do you stay motivated? And was there ever an idea that you had that ended up turning into something different than you intended? Thanks for asking this, Pam. I think I've shared over the years that I struggle with mental health issues. Sometimes I am going great and strong, and then out of nowhere, I'll hit a slump. I have some techniques that I've shared with you on how to try and stay motivated. I'll always try my 5 minutes at a minimum to push through something. I give myself a lot of grace on those days that I just can't do it. And I also have lists in place for small things I can do, those medium projects, and those bigger projects for when I'm feeling amazing. But I always want to share the fact that I have struggles too, so that if you are in one of those times where you are struggling, you know that you're not alone. I love my Facebook support page for this. The group that is assembled there is just mind-blowingly amazing, positive, supportive, encouraging. I'm so proud of each and every person that's joined that. So if you haven't checked out our Facebook page yet and you are looking for some positive, uplifting support, definitely go there. But the other thing that I try and do to stay motivated is I keep busy, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more towards the end of this video. Vaughn Fursey asked me again, she asked a couple of questions, tips on how to start your YouTube site. I have been wanting to do a video like this. It's interesting, in my journey of doing YouTube, I started out with a very specific niche, and I've kind of expanded from there, and as I see the feedback and the responses from people, I've redirected, and I really love where my channel is right now. I will always focus on organizing at its core, but the love that I have for crafting and the community that I've gotten to find that also loves crafting means that I get to branch out, grab both of those things and bring them in. But I'm always going to be testing the waters with other things that I enjoy. And something I would love to do is share what I've learned through creating my YouTube channel, because I know so many of you that I've spoken with, chatted with, and interacted with have phenomenal creativity and ideas that I think you could share with so many others, but by not knowing how to do it or where to start, you kind of stay away from the whole YouTube thing. But I would love to share that. So if you are interested in something like this, please leave me a comment below. I'd love to go ahead and put something together like this if there's enough of a response for it. Next up, we have Mary Hilliers, who said, I look forward to every video you post. That is so sweet. I love it when you guys say that. Thank you. I love your hair, seeing your daughters help you and your new dog. I wonder what you prepare for dinner. I need help with quick and healthy. Oh my gosh, I hate cooking. I will spend 3 days cutting up foam core so that intersects with one another and has moving parts and will have shifting pieces. But if I have to chop onions, I'm out. I've just never enjoyed that process. I love eating. Oh my gosh, I love eating so much. However, the whole process of cooking, I am horrible at. So if you have ideas for quick meals, please share them with us. Mary and I would both really appreciate those. So where will I go from here with my YouTube channel? I don't plan on giving up YouTube. The Crafty Organizer is just always going to be a big part of me, but I am considering starting a second channel because of something else that has entered my life. I absolutely 100% plan on touring the US in my RV and helping all of you get organized in the process. All I think about when I'm interacting with you guys and you're sending me pictures and comments is, I just want to come and help. When I look at pictures, my mind immediately starts grabbing things and putting them in different places. I can just visually see it start clicking into place. And so many of you have worked with me virtually, which I love doing, but sometimes it's just so hard to communicate and work through that telephone line. So I am really looking forward to the time when I can hop in my RV, pull up to your home, come inside, and just help you get a room done in hours instead of weeks or months. So if you would like to support that journey, please look into my Patreon. I am so overwhelmingly appreciative of the people who have been supporting me for this last year and helping me get that little nest egg set up so that I can get that RV. Now, something I mentioned earlier about me staying motivated. I am the type of person that needs to stay busy. I am not good being idle. If I have sudden time where I have nothing to do, I'm not the type of person to think, oh my goodness, this is wonderful, I'm just going to relax. I almost go into panic mode of, what do I do with my time? And I know that's not necessarily healthy, but I have learned to keep myself busy, to keep some negative thoughts that creep in every once in a while at bay. So this is just me speaking personally for myself. I always have a list of things that I can do or that I want to do so that I stay busy. As my kids are getting older, I'm finding that they have so many more activities that keep them busy in the evenings. So I'm finding myself sitting at home more and more going, well, I can't work in the garage right now to do any type of filming or researching, and I don't want to watch any TV shows, and I don't want to do any crafting. So what do I do with my time? Your girl is going to start working another job, working at Disneyland part-time. This has been a lifelong dream of mine to get to work at Disneyland. I've had jobs in the past, it's funny, where I've been discouraged from interacting with people, talking with them, but it is one of the greatest joys I have to brighten someone's day. And I know that sounds cheesy and it makes some people roll their eyes, but it is genuinely who I am at my core. And I can't believe I'm going to get paid for working at a place where they encourage you to interact with guests, to brighten their day, to make people smile. I am so excited about this. I know nothing about what I'm going to be doing or where I'm going to be working, only that it's part-time and I get to start soon. So I will be updating you on this as well if you are interested. So let me know in the comments if you're excited. If you don't want to hear about Disneyland and all the things that I'll be doing there, let me know that as well, because I certainly don't want to bring in too much personal information if you're not interested in it. The last thing I want to talk about is I am so close to that silver play button. As of today, we are just over 95,000 subscribers, which blows my mind. The reason I started this YouTube channel is as I was talking to people and trying to give them bids, so many people just couldn't afford it. And even though I wanted to keep working free for people, I still had bills that I had to pay. So I thought if I start doing videos online, giving them specific how-tos and step-by-steps, I could direct people who couldn't afford my services to those videos to help them get organized anyway. I never expected that that would take off and get me to the point where I am now. So for every single one of you who is watching this, a sincere and most appreciative thank you. I cannot wait to celebrate that 100,000 milestone with you and come up with new ideas and new videos along the way. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the patrons who allow me to make these videos and are getting me closer and closer to that dream of having my RV. I'm hoping within the next 18 to 24 months I'll be able to make that purchase and start scheduling the time when I get to come drive to you and help you get organized. So please stay tuned, and I hope to make that announcement soon. I'll see you guys in just a few days. Bye.